Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Ya Rabbi lakal hamdu kama yambaghi li jalali wajhika wa azimi sultanik. Allahumma rabbana lakal hamdu bima khalaqtana wa razaqtana wa hadaitana wa farrajta anna. Allahumma lakal hamdu bil iman wa lakal hamdu bil islam wa lakal hamdu bil Quran. Amma ba'd. Fa'a'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Rabbi zidna ilma. Allahumma faqihna fid din. Allahumma hasibna hisaban yasira. Allahumma thabbitna indal mauti bila ilaha illallah. Ameen ya rabbal alamin. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala ali Muhammad. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala ali Muhammad. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala ali Muhammad. Rabbi yassir wa la tu'assir wa tammim bil khair. So lesson number 11. And inshallah we are going to talk about family 1 finally. So I'm hoping that we are good with recognizing all these Mazid families, right? And because now we are into family 1 and we are done all these Mazid families. So let's see how we are going to recognize this family. So this family, the name is Thalasi Mujarrid. What is the name? Thalasi. Thalasi means 3 and Mujarrid means original. So originally there are only 3 words in this family. We are not going to find any 4th letter in it, unlike Mazid Fihi families. So why they are called Mazid Fihi? And they are also Mazid Fihi, Salasi Mazid Fihi. So actually the root letters are 3, but then there are some extra letters. But in Salasi Mujarrad, there are absolutely not going to be any extra letter, right? So that's why we are calling them Salasi Mujarrad. And in easy way, you can just say family 1, because if you remember that we started Allama Mazid Fihi family from family 2, right? So family 2, then family 3, we named them like that. So where did family 1 go? So that is basically Thalasi Mujarrad is family 1. So family 1, even though it is, we are calling them family 1, but this family has sub-families. So 6 clans. And Alhamdulillah, we talked a lot about them and you guys are familiar about them, Alhamdulillah. So 6 sub-families this clan gonna have, this family gonna have. And how we are going to recognize these bab, these sub-families. So basically, we are going to see that haraka in Madi and then in Mudariya, right? So basically, and mostly the haraka on the middle root letter plays a big role when we are recognizing these 6 clans. And you know, in general, the middle root letter, and especially any markers, haraka on the middle root letter played a big role, if you see, even in our Mazid Fihi families as well, right? So Isam Fa'il, Isam Maf'ul, we recognize by the haraka. So if it is taking fatha or kasra, right? So same inshallah, we are going to keep an eye on the middle root letter, and this is how we can recognize them. And in this family, all other siga except mastar follow the exact same pattern, regardless of the clan. So that is a good thing. Doesn't matter what clan they belong. There are going to be certain pattern which is set basically. The about Mazid Fihim, we know that their mastar was set, right? Allama will always be Taliman, right? Jahada, so always going to be Jihadan or Mujahadatan. That was set. But this is not the case in family 1, right? There is no set pattern for mastar. That's why sometimes we need to go to the dictionary to find it out. What is the mastar of this family? And even if we know the Madi of some this Salasi Mujarrad, to check what could be the Mudariya, we need to go to the dictionary. Either we need to increase our vocabulary or we are going to consult the dictionary, inshallah. Okay, so before we explore the individual clans and their differences, we need to see that, okay, what are the other members in this family? So we know that Isam file we saw in our Mazid Fihi families as well, right? So this is not anything new for us. Isam Maful, Alhamdulillah, we know that. But even Zarf we know. But what is so special about Zarf? That Zarf are going to be 3, not 1. So the good thing is that Zarf, they are going to have a set pattern. Even we Isam file. So Isam file would always be on the pattern of Fa'ilun. Isam Maf'ul always going to be on the pattern of Maf'ulun. Zarf are going to be 3, and this is the set pattern for them. So one is Maf'alun, right? So you see that meme gonna have a fatha, and then middle root letter having a fatha. Maf'alun, then the other variation is Maf'ilun. So other one is with kasra. And the third one with ta marbuta. Right? So basically with the first one, you are just adding ta marbuta over here. Maf'alatun. Right? So this is how we can memorize them. So maf'alun, maf'ilun, and maf'alatun. This is the zarf. So we have the word masjidun, right? So if I ask you what is the pattern or what is the wazan, actually I should say, right? So what is the wazan of masjidun? Your answer should be yes. Maf'ilun, right? So we have maf'ilun and then maf'ala, maf'alun and then maf'alatun. So remember that zarf is going to be starting with meme, having a fatha. And then we have isam ala. What is ala? Urdu people must know, right? Ala is basically a tool, right? So we can derive a tool even from this family, right? For example, daraba yadribu darban, and then fahuwa daribun, fa'ilun. Then duriba yudrabu darban fahuwa madrubun. जिस बेचारे की पिटाई हुई है, that is madrub, right? The person who is being hit. And now what would be the ism ala? Jis dande ke saath uski pitai hui hai, that is ala. Right? So the thing that is used for this action, right? Or the tool that is being used for the action is that ala.
Okay.
Right? So now ism ala would be on the pattern of maf'ilun. See the difference? Only the difference is that meme is having a kasra over here and fatha over there in zarf and in ism ala. So we need to be very careful. We cannot ignore this fatha or kasra. Otherwise, we are switching zarf into ala and ala into zarf. Right? So mif, the ism ala should be with the kasra. Mif'alun, and then mif'alatun and mif'alun. These are the three patterns for ism ala. And that is the tool. So midrabun, what would be the translation for midrabun?
A stick or something?
Yeah, the stick, or even it could be juta.
Even a balan.
Even the chipka. So it could be anything, right? The thing, like the tool that we use to hit someone would be midrabun. Everyone is clear on that? So midrabun, midrabatun, and midrabun. And why these three variation? I was listening to the explanation of it. So I got different answer for that. One is they are saying that these are basically the size of the tool. So midrabun is the small, right? And then midrabatun is the middle one, middle sized. And midrabun is the
large, big.
Large, yeah, the large one.
Yes, because of the long alif, it takes
yeah, you
effort. It takes effort.
But I thought the Tamarbuta one will be the smallest one.
Yeah, I was thinking that way, but this is how they explain. Allahu alam, right? So there is not surety, but this is, I heard about it. Okay, then comes our Madi Majhul. So Madi Majhul, we know that we already know that the fa kalma gonna have dhamma, right? And then fu'ila, and then Mudari Majhul is yufalu. So nothing new over here. Now, as for the masdar, it varies depending on the word and does not follow the specific. We already talked about it, right? So let's move on. So now we know that how many vowels in Arabic? 3, right? So we have Dhamma, Fatha, and Kasra, right? And for fail, we know that fail is not going to take tanween, right? Fail does not have tanween. That is ism business. So now this Dhamma, Fatha, Kasra is important on Ain Kalima, because this is how we are going to determine what they are falling, right? So if we take Madi version, and how many different variation we can have? We can have, why I'm using fa'ala? Because this is always the wazn. This is the wazn we're gonna find in all the books, right? So this is the most common wazn they used for anything. We have to turn into Nasara, Daraba, right? But you're gonna find mostly in grammar book fa'ala wazn, right? So fa'ala, and then what could be the other version? We are just focusing on ain kalma. So we need to give variation on ain kalima. We know that madi gonna start with fatha and madi gonna end on fatha. So we are not touching fa and lam kalima. So we are just giving variation to our ain kalima.
Fa'ila.
Fa'ila.
Yes. So we can have fa'ala, fa'ila, and the
Fa'ula.
version
Fa'ula.
fa'ula. Right? So these are the three variations we can have. And we know with fa'ala, right? Fa'ala, we have bab fataha. Right? Then we have bab daraba, and then we have bab nasara. Right? Do we have anything with the fa'ila?
Samia.
Samia and Hasiba.
Yes, we have samia, and then we have hasiba. With fa'ula, what do we have?
Kaluma.
Karuma. Right? So bab karuma, right? So now when it comes to mudariya, what happened that we should have, we have fa'ala over here, then fa'ila, and then fa'ula, right? All three variation we found over there. So now when we are turning into like in mudariya, so fa'ala and then yaf'alu, same fatha, right? So we are focusing only on ain kalima, remember, right? So fatha, fa'ala, yaf'alu, then fa'ala, yaf'ilu, and fa'ala, yaf'ulu. These three should be the variation, right? Can we have any fourth variation? No, not possible, right? So we have only fatha, dhamma, and kasra. These are three vowels only, and we have all three of them. So these should be our three variation for mudariya. So when it comes to fa'ala, fa'ala is flexible, right? And he shake hand with all three variation. He is happy with all three variations, right? So from fa'ala, that's why we got fa'ala, yaf'alu, which is, we can take fataha, yaftahu, right? And then fa'ala, or we can say daraba, and then yadribu, right? So this is daraba, yadribu, and this is fataha, yaftahu, and then we have nasara, yansur. So we got all these three variation. Now the other choice was fa'ila. Now with fa'ila, again we need to have three variation, right? So fa'ila, shake hand with yaf'alu, or it shake hand with yaf'ilu, we can say, because they are same, right? So first fa'ila, yaf'ilu, he is happy, which is making bab hasiba, yahsibu, right? And then he also shake hand with yaf'alu. So fa'ila, yaf'alu, which is bab with samia, yasma, we can remember that way, right? But we do not find this variation. So there is no fa'ila, yaf'ulu, right?
Yeah.
So that was leave behind. It's abandoned. No one, fa'ila didn't shake hand with the yaf'ulu. So now we have two bab, two clans, you can say, from fa'ila. Now comes fa'ula. Fa'ula looks like very arrogant, right? He just shake hand with the similar to it, fa'ula yaf'ulu, which is karuma yakrumu, right? And he ignored these two. So that's why now we should have 3 plus 3 plus 3, 9 clans, right? But that didn't happen. How many clans do we have?
6.
6. Yeah, so this is what it happened. So we have 3 from here, 2 from here, and then 1 from here. So that makes them 6.
What are these stars means?
Stars mean
Negative.
they didn't.
Negative.
Yeah.
No
Yeah.
no existence.
Yeah. So if you see this victory stand, right? Fa'ula was the winner one time. That's why it is arrogant, right? So he just accepted whoever have Dhamma on the middle root letter like it, right? Then was the Fa'ala patron, right? So then this is Ba Fataha, Daraba, and Nasara. And then the third one, Fa'ila. And it has 2 members or 2 clans with it, which is Samia and Hasiba.
Sister,
Hmm?
for this Fa'ila Yafalu, they are saying there is also possibility that it could be that not just Samiya Yasmau, it can be Samiya Yasmeu. There are 2
Yeah.
possibilities.
Not for Samia, but Hasiba.
Hasiba.
Hasiba could be Yahsabu, or Hasiba could be Yahsibu.
Oh, that is for the Hasiba. Yes. Yeah. Okay.
For the Hasiba. And
Okay.
you know, the Hasiba, there could be some other forms, right? Some other words, Hasiba, right? But Hasiba itself does not belong to, in the Quran Pak, you will see Hasiba is always Yahsabu. It's not Yahsibu.
Yahsabu.
So that means it is belonging to Samia family.
Oh, I see. Yeah, it is that way. Samia family.
Okay.
Yeah,
But there are, I think, there are some like verbs from Hasiba as well. But
okay.
Hasiba itself, I don't know why they named after it if it does not belong to this family, right? I think there is some possibility there if they are saying Hasiba, but in Quran Pak mostly Hasiba is always Yahsabu. We will see if you search Hasiba or Yahsabu, so you will see all these variation used in Quran Pak, and mostly it is Yahsabu.
Yahsabu. And that way that will be a Samia Yasmau family.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay. Jazakallah.
So these are now Salasi Mujarrad. So these are 6 clans we need to memorize. So Fa'ala, Yaf'alu, we can call it Fataha Yaftahu, right? And then these are the some example from this family, Qara'a, Zahaba, and Rafa'a. Okay, and you know, one time we were talking about that Fataha family is clan is the one that it has to have Ain Kalima or Lam Kalima, not Fa Kalima. Rather, Ain and Lam Kalima should be Harufe Halkiya, right? And what are Harufe Halkiya? Hamza, Ha, Ha, Ain, yeah, Ha and Ghain, right? So if we can look over here, so over here Hamza, so this is our Lam Kalima. Then we have Zahaba, which is our Ain Kalima. And then we have Rafa'a, which is the example of Lam Kalima over here, which is Harufe Halkiya, right? So if we see Ain and Lam kalima from Harufe Halkiya, then most probably this is Ba Fataha Yaftahu. Make sense?
Yes.
Okay, so now then we have Fa'ala Yaf'ilu, which is going to be Daraba Yadribu. Some example are Ghalaba Yaghlibu, Jalasa Yajlisu. Then we have Fa'ala Yaf'ulu, which is Naswara Yansuru, Dakhala Yadkhulu, Kataba Yaktubu, Akala Yakulu. Right, so we will see a lot of example in Quran Pak, Nasara Yansuru, even Daraba Yadribu, right? Fataha Yaftahu, a lot, right? But Hasiba Yahsabu, very few, and Karuma even very few. Not few, I should say, because in Quran Pak you're gonna find a lot, but mostly used are these Fataha, Daraba, Nasara, Samia. It says that if you know that Samia Yasmau, right? And then we have Fataha Yaftahu. So if we are confused on that, okay, if it is on Mudariya, it is Yasmau and Yaftahu. So which one? So that family gonna win, because Samia is less used and Fataha is more used. So this is, and Nasara, I think is used a lot as well. Hasiba Yasabu is not that much. So Samia Yasmau, example are Hamida, Alima, Qadima. So then we have Hasiba Yasibu, right? And as I said, Hasiba, mostly in Quran Pak, you will see Hasiba Yahsabu with this family. Not with this family, I should say with this root letter, right? So Hasiba itself is belong to Samia and Hasiba. So they are basically it is belonging to both families, both clans. And that happens in Quran Pak. You will see that one one word can be from two clans. So that is basically happening with Hasiba. Then we have Karuma Yakrumu. And then example is Ba'uda, Qaruba, and Thaqula. Okay, now come to our Bab 1. So Bab Nasara. So Bab Nasara, how it will go? Can someone read through this Bab?
Nasara yansuru nasran fahuwa nasirun. Nusira yunsaru nasran fahuwa mansurun. Unsur la tansur mansarun mansirun mansaratun. Minsaratun minsarun.
Minsarun, okay. So what is Minsarun? What could be Minsarun?
Helper, right?
That's
Allah.
Hmm?
Large stick.
It's
No,
Ala.
it's helper.
Why?
Allah. Allah.
It's Ala.
Yes,
Means-
Allah. So the tool to help
This is the
Yeah.
ala. It's the
ala.
ala.
the book.
Based on the pattern of Mif'alun, it is Minsarun.
Yeah, but the one
Yeah.
who's the one who helps, right?
Not the
No.
one
So
who
the tool.
Person, the tool which is
Tool,
the
tool, it is
Yeah,
tool.
this is not the person. This is the
no,
tool.
sorry, tool.
Ism ala, yeah.
Yeah. So let's say if you help someone with money,
Hmm.
right? So this money could be Minsarun.
Hmm.
Or you helped someone with think of some example. So anything that you helped someone with, that would be the ala, the tool. Right? Okay, then it says that ism zarf, pattern used for ism zarf is maf'alun, right? So maf'alun pattern, they are saying that we need to look for mudariya, right? If mudariya is madmumul ayn, what does that mean? Madmumul ayn. Madmum, what is the siga of madmum?
Dhamma.
Dhamma.
Madmum. What is the siga? What is the
Siga.
wazn?
Wazn.
Maf'ul. Yeah. So if it is maf'ul, what does that mean?
Passive.
Madmumul ayn, the one, when mudariya is having
Ain
dhamma.
is in Dhamma.
Dhamma on ayn.
Yes.
Dhamma
Right.
on ayn kalima.
So dhamma on ayn kalima, in what case?
Mudari.
Yeah. So what bab is it then?
Nasara and
Nasara.
Or
Yes.
kuluma.
Yansu.
Saruma.
So
Yeah.
swad is the ayn lighter, and ayn is madmum, right? So
Right.
madmum, why I'm saying that is maf'ul, right? So madmum means the one who is given dhamma, right? Maf'ul means the one who is receiving the action,
Reading the action, yeah.
right? So mansub, that's why we say mansub or marfu, right? So marfu is also on the pattern of maf'ul. So when we say this ism is marfu, what does that mean? That this
Dhamma.
ism is given a dhamma.
Dhamma,
Yeah, right? So this is rafa. So mudariya madmumul ayn is either it could be nasara yansuru or karuma yakrumu, right? So both are madmumul ayn. And then maftuhul ayn, what does that mean now?
Fatha on ayn.
Fatha on ayn.
Yes, right? Fatha on ayn letter. So now what bab they are?
Fataha and Sami'a.
Yes, Fataha yaftahu or Sami'a yasma'u.
Yes, no.
So whenever we have this fa, sin, noon, kaf, or basically you can see that dhamma or fatha on the middle root letter on ayn kalima. So when we have this situation, then we are going to choose the pattern manswarun. Okay. So manswarun. So remember they have fatha and they have dhamma, and that is always up, right? So then you're gonna choose this manswarun pattern. And when we are going to choose this mansirun pattern, when mudariya is maksurul line, what does that mean?
Kasra on the ayn.
Yes, right? So when we have kasra on the ayn letter, maf'ilun, right? So basically I'm gonna pick daraba yadribu, because yadribu has a kasra on the middle root letter when it is mudariya.
Yeah.
Right? And hasiba
Yes.
yahsibu. Make sense?
Yes.
Yes.
And then interesting thing is maf'u'ilatun, the third one, manswaratun. Yeah, it should be manswaratun. I made a mistake, I think, here. Manswaratun. Right? So when it has this tamarbuta, that is showing action happening a lot. Right? So it is happening in abundance. So then we are going to use this pattern, mafa'alatun. And the example is, we say madrasatun. What is madrasa?
The
School,
place where
class.
School, madrasa, right?
School.
We know that there is masjid, which is only 5 times salah is happening, right? And then there is madrasa.
Continuous.
So so in madrasa we see continuously class is happening, right? So that's why this ta marbuta we choose when place or time when lot of action is happening in abundance, basically. So madrasatun, even matba'atun. What is matba'a?
teacher.
Yes.
طبعا.
Taba'a.
طبعا
Taba'a.
is
Or we say taba'a. Taba'at. Printing.
Kitchen.
Printing press.
No, that's matbakh.
It is not.
Printing press. Right? So we know that printing, let's say some newspaper, some magazine, they are printing. So that gonna happen a lot. Some printing press, they are open 24/7. Right? So then you are going to use this ta marbuta pattern with that. Someone was asking any question? Okay, then let's see over here. There are some exceptions, right? So we need to always be ready for the exceptions. So exception is that sajada yasjudu, right? So what bab it is making?
Nasara yansuru.
Nasara yansuru, right? So we have it should be masjadun, because we say nasara yansuru madmumul or maftuhul lain, then we should be using maf'alun pattern, right? But this is not the case. We don't say masjadun, we say masjidun. So this is an exception. The same we have mashrikun or maghribun. So they both belong to bab nasara. Sharaka yashruku, gharaba yaghrubu, right? But we don't say mashrakun or maghrabun, rather we say mashrikun and maghribun. So these are exception. Okay.
Yes.
Assalamu alaikum, Asada.
Wa alaikum assalam rahmatullah.
I did not quite catch up with this, the pattern that you are explaining for Ism Zarf, Maf'alun and Mudari, Mafhumul Ain.
So you are not clear what is madmumul ain and maftuhul ain, or you didn't?
Yeah, I did not catch up with that one.
Okay. So madmumul ain, what does that mean? And we are talking about mudariya. We say naswara, and then comes yang suru. Okay, if I ask you, give me the wazn of naswara, what should be your answer?
No, Sadra.
No, when I say wazn, you need to bring that with 3 root letter fa, ain and lam.
Fa'ala.
Exactly, right? So this noon is my fa kalima, my saad is my ain kalima, and ra is my lam kalima. And then I'm gonna put haraka, the same it has. So I'm gonna put all fathas. Now I have fa'ala. So nasara is on fa'ala. If I ask you that tell me about this ain kalima, right? So you should be saying that this is maftuhul ain. The ayn kalima is maftuhul ayn over here. What does that mean? That ayn kalima having a fatha on it.
Okay.
So now fa'ala, when we are turning that into bab nasara, so we get yansuru,
Yes.
right? Which is yaf'ulu, right?
Yes.
Yaf'ulu.
Yeah.
Now the root letter, the ayn kalima in yansuru is what? Where is my ayn kalima in yansuru?
God.
Matmumulain.
Suad, right?
Mm.
This is my ayn kalima, and my ayn kalima is madmum, right? My ayn kalima is madmum here.
All right. Okay.
It was maftu over here
Yes.
and madmum over here. But this is what it means. Basically, dhamma and fatha.
Okay. Jazakallah.
Okay, and maksur mean
Kasra.
Kasra.
kasra,
Okay.
and they are on the pattern of
Maksur is
mafu'ulun. Mafu'ulun, right? So
maf'ul.
when we say madmumul ayn, it means that mudariya, the ayn kalma is given dhamma.
Okay.
When we say maftuhul ayn, mean that ayn kalima is given
Fatha.
fatha. Maksurul ayn, the ayn kalma is given kasra.
Okay. Okay.
Right? Yeah, that's it.
Jazakallah khair.
Vaiyak. Okay, then I put some conjugation over here with all these different different form of it, right? So we have active nasara yansuru, then we have passive nusira yunsaru, right? So you guys can go through and you are going to do a practice writing them, right? Not with this verb only. If you are not familiar with this pattern, you are very new, then obviously you can do this bab as well. But you're gonna find some new word that you do not know, and then you are going to conjugate all these sigas. Okay. Then we have bab daraba. Daraba becomes yaduribu, right? Yaduribu. So if I ask you, tell me about in the terms of madmum, maftu, or maksur, and I'm talking about ayn kalima. So what should be the answer for yadribu?
Maksurul ayn.
Maksur.
Maksur.
Yeah, so it is maksurul ayn here. Okay. If I ask you about darban,
Masdar.
it is jazam, right?
Yeah.
Right? So you can say majzoom.
Mazumul ayn. Mazumul ayn.
Ayn kalima is majzoom.
Mhm.
It's not, don't take it as majzoom like we make fil mudariya majzoom, right? But it's saying that it is given a jazam, right?
Yeah.
Okay. For daribun, again,
That's also maksurul ayn.
maksurul ayn.
Maksurul ayn.
Maksurul
Yeah,
ayn.
maksurul ayn. Duriba,
Maksurul ayn.
Maksurul ayn.
yudrabu,
Maftuhul ayn.
Maftuhul ayn.
Maftuhul ayn.
maftuhul ayn. Very good. And madrabatun,
Maftuhul ayn.
Maftuhul ayn.
maftuhul ayn. Okay. Rest are all maftu. Yeah.
Madrubun is the
Madrubun is madmum.
madmumul ayn.
Madmubul ayn. Madrubun.
Which one?
Madrubun.
Yeah,
Madrub.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, madrubun is the
Mm.
madmumul.
Madmumul ayn. Yeah.
Very good. Okay, so then Daraba yadribu darban fahuwa daribun. So basically now you guys need to pay attention that ism file, right? So darban, there is no set pattern, right? Remember, we're not gonna put all this daraba family on darban family, rather it could be different, right? So for masdar, there is no certain pattern for that. But alhamdulillah, daribun, fa'ilun, it is always going to be on the pattern of fa'ilun. Madrubun, maf'ulun, right? And then we see that, okay, our zarf gonna be madrabun, madribun, and madrabatun, right? And then isamala, midrabun. So remember, we are going to give a kasra to mim over here.
Yeah.
Midrabun, midrabatun. So midrabun and then midrabatun, you just added ta marbuta in the next one, right? And then third one, you are adding basically alif, midrabun. So we need to memorize this pattern, these patterns, all three alas and 3 zarf. Then conjugation over here for bab daraba. I'm going quick because we know these patterns already, right? Nothing new, I think, for us. But ask me any question if you guys are confused on something. Then comes bab fataha. Fataha is yaftahu, fathan. And then fahuwa fatihun, fa'ilun. Futiha yuftahu fathan, fahuwa maftuhun, right? Maftuhun. What would be the translation for maftuhun?
The key. The
No,
The-
key should be
No, the
ala.
thing that has been.
oh no, key is Allah. Yeah.
It is
yeah,
open.
maftoon. It's
It has been opened. or
The
something.
thing that has
The thing
been
that is
opened.
open.
Exactly,
thing has
the
been opened.
thing
That is
that
correct.
is being opened. Okay,
Open, yeah.
remember,
Door
maftuhun
of-
is basically
Yeah.
Passive.
passive, right?
Yes.
So the object or the person that is receiving the action. So we need to try to translate like that. Okay, Fatihun. How are we gonna translate Fatihun?
Opener.
Opener, right? The one who opens, or the victorious one,
Yeah.
right? Because opener could be our isam ala,
Yes.
right? So miftahun, miftahatun, or miftahun, these are the isam ala, and they are also like a opener. What is the key? Key is the opener of the door, right?
Yeah.
How you will translate these isme Allah like miftahun, miftahatun, or in terms of difference, like this is a key, miftahun, so it will be key all the way.
The thing that is open, so basically depend on the context how we're gonna use it, right? What we are using to open something, right?
The tool, no, I'm talking about the tools.
Yeah.
Miftahun, miftahatun. It's like a small tool or large tool or large key, nothing like that.
Yeah, I said that there is one opinion about that, but I'm not sure that how accurate it is, right? But this is what I learned, that isamala, basically that's why we are having 3 variations over here. One is small, then medium, and then large. But Allahu alam, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Sada,
Yes.
and when it comes to maftahun, maftihun, maftahatun, how we will, I mean, this is a place where the victory has been given, right? So how do you translate each,
It's gonna depend on the context, right?
It can come, any of this can come, not all 3.
Yeah, exactly.
So the context, as Sarah said, the context will tell us.
And we said that there are certain, like for maftahun, we are using them when there is madmumul ain and maftuhul ain,
Yeah.
right? The mudariya. Then we are going to use this maftahun pattern, right? Otherwise, we are using maftihun pattern, right? And then maftahatun, this ta marbuta is basically when some action is happening very on a large quantity and quality wise, right? So it is happening a lot, then basically that pattern is being used. And the example is madrasatun, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, so remember that way.
Okay. Jazakallah khair.
Okay, Vayyaki. Then we have Fataha Yaftahu, and then some examples from that family. Let's do a little conjugation so you get used to it. So, Zahaba Yazhabu, who wanna try?
Sahaba,
May I?
yazhabu.
Yeah, go ahead.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Zahaba yazhabu zahban fahuwa
Not
zahibun.
Zahaban, it says Zihaban.
Okay, okay.
See, there is no set pattern for anything over here for the masdar,
Okay.
right? Yeah, so we need to check the dictionary, or we should have enough vocabulary, so we should know, okay, this is the masdar of this.
Okay. Okay. So this Zahaba is on the pattern of Fataha Yaftahu, right?
Yeah,
So, okay, so Zahaba Yazhabu Zihaban Fahuwa Zahibun Zuhiba Yuzhabu Zihaban Fahuwa Mazhubun
hmm.
Al-amru minhu izhab wan-nahyu anhu la tazhab waz-zarfu minhu mazhabun mazhibun mazhabatun, and for the ismi ala it would be
Mizhabun,
mizhabun mizhabatun mizhabun.
very good, mashallah. Barakallah fiki, right? So now, what would be the meaning of madhubun?
Mazhubun would be Zahaba is like he went. Mazhubun is the person who went.
Not the who and the one who is being sent, right?
Okay, okay, okay. The one who is being sent, definitely. Sorry.
Madhubun. Yeah. Okay, and what about Isamala? How are we gonna translate Isamala? Any pattern? So, Mizhabun.
Ism ala would be
the tool of going somewhere. That could be maybe your car, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right? The tool of
Action.
taking you
Yeah.
somewhere, right? So this is how it gonna go. Okay, then we have Sa'ala Yasalu. Anyone wanna give it a try? Come on, ladies. Hello?
May I try?
Go ahead.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Sa'ala yas'alu su'alan fahuwa sa'ilun. Su'ila yas'ulu
Yus'alu.
yus'alu su'alan wa huwa mas'ulun. Al-amru minhu as'al wan nahyu anhu la tas'al.
No, not us. Is'al.
Is'al. Sa'ala yas'alu. Is'al wan nahyu anhu la tas'al.
Now Zarf 3 pattern, right? One is with fatha, so mas'alun.
Mas'alun, mas'alatun, and mis'alun.
No,
Mas'alun.
mas'alun, mas'ilun. So one
And-
with fatha, one with kasra, right? Mas'alun, mas'ilun, and mas'alatun,
mas'alatun.
right? And then
Ala,
isam ala. Now
ism
with
ala,
kasra.
mas'ilun,
No, with kasra.
mis'alun,
Yes. Mis'alun.
mis'alun,
Now
mas'alun,
with ta marbuta. Same, but with ta
mas'alat,
marbuta. Mis'alatun,
mis'alatun, and mis'alun.
mis'alun. Right. Now, how are you going to translate mis'alun or mis'alatun? This is the tool, right?
Yes.
So how are you going to translate?
Like sa'ala means to ask something. Sa'ala means to ask.
The tool of asking something, right? So
Question.
maybe you are using a mic to ask the question.
Okay. Okay.
Or if you're writing, then the
Question paper, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Question paper. Okay.
Right? Yeah. And then what would be the translation of mas'ulun?
Mas'ul. The one who asks?
No. No.
the thing that
That's sa'ilun. Right?
And the thing
Sa'ilun
that
is-
is being asked.
Being
the thing
asked.
that is being asked. The thing that is being asked. Asked.
Yeah.
asked for, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Right? Or the person you are asking to, right? That would be mas'ulun. And sa'ilun is the one who is asking.
Asking, yeah.
That's why we say even जो beggars होते हैं, right? We
Yeah.
say किसी साइल को खाली हाथ ना जाने दो, right? So the
Yeah.
one who is asking, do not let them just go like that. Give something.
So the tool would be the thing they are asking for the money to be kept
Any
in.
any tool that we are using to ask something,
Okay.
right? We are asking through email, right? I'm asking a question to some scholar through email,
Okay.
right?
Exactly.
That could be, yeah, that could be the tool.
Or
So
fundraising
whatever
event.
we are using, huh?
Could that be fundraising event also could be the tool?
Yeah, it could be. Yeah. So, okay, so that was our Bab Fataha. And we don't have enough time, right, to go through each and every verb over here, but I'm leaving for you guys, okay? That's why I'm putting all these material over here so you can go through, okay? So now this is conjugation for Ba Fataha, all these different sigas. And then we have Sami'a Yasma'u, right? So all Fatha in Madi are gone. What are the three clans that have all three Fathas in Madi version?
So,
Nasara, Nasara, Fataha.
Yes.
Daraba and Fataha.
Nasara, Daraba, and Fataha,
Fataha.
right? So the common thing is that they all have in Madi Fatha, right? So then this is how it becomes complicated, right? So there is Bab Daraba, and now if you do not know that Daraba, that belongs to Bab Daraba, and that's why the Mudariya would be Yadribu, right? So you can think that, okay, this Daraba, because it has all Fathas, maybe it is Bab Nasara. So you can conjugate like Nasura. So that this is how, when we need to go and consult the dictionary, that where it is belong to, what clan it is, because in Madi version, they look same, right? In Madi version, they all gonna look same.
Yeah.
Fataha, all Fathas. Nasara, all Fathas. Right? Daraba, all Fathas. So we cannot recognize them, what family it is. When it comes to Mudariya, when we are converting that into Mudariya, then we need to see what Bab does that belong. But Bab Samiya would be easier, right? Because we see, okay, this is the Okay, how are we gonna say this term that we are using today, right?
Maksurul Ain.
Yes, maksurul ain,
Maksur.
right? So this samia is maksurul ain over here. So samia, we should know that, okay, when it is going to Mudariya version, it will be not yasmi'u,
Maftuhul Ain.
yasma'u. Yeah, it become maftuhul ain, right? In Madi version, it is maksurul ain, but in Mudariya version, it is becoming maftuhul ain. Make sense?
Yes.
So Samia yasma'u, and then we have sam'an, and then fahuwa sami'un. How are we gonna translate sami'un?
The one who's listening, the listener.
Yeah, the listener. And how we are going to translate sam'an?
To listen.
Listening.
Listen or listening.
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 Yeah, listening.
Listening, right? Sam'an, sama'at, we say. Right? So that is sama'at. Then sumi'a yusma'u sam'an fahuwa masmu'un. How are we gonna translate masmu'un?
The one who is being listened.
The who has been
The
listened
person
to,
who's been listened to.
has been
Yeah.
listened.
Yes.
Or
And
the
then,
news that has been listened to.
yeah, exactly.
Has
Yeah.
been listened.
And then masma'un, masmi'un, and masma'atun. I really want you to memorize all these three variation, right? So you need to mark how you're gonna remember it. Masma'un. First of all, we need to remember that zarf is always going to start with mim
With
and fatha. And then the middle root letter is the one who is going to have variation,
yes.
right? So masma'un, and I would say masma'un and then masma'atun. I'm gonna keep these two together,
Yeah.
right? So what I'm doing, that I'm just adding ta marbuta over here.
Yes.
So masma'un and masma'atun, and then I can have masmi'un.
Yeah.
Right? So whatever way makes you remember that, we need to put some effort over here, and we need to memorize these three variation. And what would be the masma'un? How are we gonna translate?
The
Time and
place where
place.
you're listening, or
Yes,
the time when you're listening.
exactly. Right? So maybe you are listening, you are going somewhere to listen some lecture.
Yeah.
Right? So that place would be masma'un.
Yeah.
And time. Okay, then we have isamala, misma'un, misma'atun, and misma'un.
It could
So-
be a TV, it could be your ears.
Yeah, I'm ear to like device.
Headphone.
Yeah,
Headphone.
headphones, yeah.
Yeah.
Hearing aid.
Hearing
Yeah,
aid, yeah.
So that will be samala.
Mm.
And again, but why there are three variation?
The small, medium.
Yeah,
and-
it could be the size.
Yeah.
Okay, so it is basically, this is the first one is the smaller, then medium, and then the large one.
And the marker is that the meme has kasra.
Yeah, exactly. It is
Yeah,
starting.
meme is,
It is okay. How are we gonna say this one?
Maksurul fa.
Yes, very good. MashaAllah, barakallah fiki, right? So this is fa kalima is maksur, right?
But that's not fa kalma, Ustara.
Yeah.
Meme is
It's
not
meme,
meme,
right?
right.
So
Meme is a
maksurul meme,
sign.
we should say.
Yeah, exactly. You
Maksur,
are
but the other one is maftuhul meme, and this is
Yeah.
maksurul meme.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is basically, but we need to remember the difference, right?
Yes.
Yes.
So masmaun and mismaun.
Meme is the end kalma, so we can say it is maftuhun and
Which one?
misma'atun. So meme is the end kalma. So if you say
No,
madmumun, maksurun, or
Mim is
yeah,
also
yeah,
good.
yeah, yeah.
so it is
The middle one.
maftuhun.
Yeah,
Maftuhul
this is
ain. Maftuhul ain.
Maftuhul line. Yeah, this is Maftuhul.
Maftuhul ain. This
Okay.
is something new. I think this Isme Ala in the family. I think Ustad Noman, he didn't include in his big conjugation in all this clan.
No, this is from his syllabus.
Okay, in the
Yeah.
Isme
Yeah.
Ala also. I see.
Yeah, it's some, yeah. This is, you know, the syllabus book from him.
Oh, in the book,
We are
right.
following that. Yeah, it is in the book. Okay, then we have Bab Hasiba, right? Hasiba Yahsibu Hisaban. So both are taking Madi and Mudariya, both version are taking Kasra. So these are Maksuru line, right? In both form, in Madi and Mudariya. And then Hisaban is the Masdar and Fahuwa Hasibun is some file. Then Husiba Yuhsabu Hisaban Fahuwa Mahsubun. Right? So Mahsubun, who would be the Mahsub? How are we gonna
We
translate?
will be.
Huh?
We will be.
Yeah, we will be. On the day of judgment, everyone is Mahsubun.
Yes.
Accountable?
Yes, the
Yeah.
one who is held accountable. So
Or
Hasibun, Allah
Hisab, yeah.
subhanahu wa ta'ala gonna be the Hasibun,
Yeah.
the one who is taking hisab, taking account on us, holding us accountable for, right? And Mahsubun, we are going to be Mahsub.
And then Mahsabun could be the judgment, the day of judgment.
Yeah, Mahsabun is the day of judgment, yes. Right, and then
Mihsabun could be the Amal Nama.
exactly. Subhanallah. Ya Rab, take it easy for us. Allahumma hasibna hisaban yasira. Allahumma hasibna hisaban yasira. Allahumma hasibna hisaban yasira. Okay, so then you guys remember that hasiba in Quran Pak, you're gonna mostly find yahsabu and yahsabuna, tahsabuna, right? All these variation you're gonna find over there. So that means that hasiba belongs to Samiya family as well. The word hasiba, in both clan it can fit. So, and Quran Pak is mostly using the Samiya version. Okay, then this is the conjugation to enjoy. Then we have our last clan, Karuma. Karuma, it is totally different, right? So we never see that variation anywhere. So the this is Madmumu line.
Yes.
Right? So Madmumu line in both way, in
Both
Madi and in Mudariya. Karuma, Yakrumu. Then Karamatan.
Karam.
We say Kirama, right? Kirama. Subhanallah, this is not even the word. The word is Karama, right? Karamatan, then or Karaman. We have two masdar over here. Then you see that it is not, it's supposed to be Karimun, Fa'ilun.
Oh,
Right?
yeah. Is it because of the Ra has kasra, so that's why they
No,
put
no. The some file from this family is basically always gonna be on fa'ilun pattern, which is basically isam sifa.
Okay.
We say karimun, right? It is always gonna be karimun. For example, if we have the word kabura, yakburu, then masdar is kabura yakburu, kibran, right? And then fahuwa kabirun. Okay, fahuwa kabirun. So karimun, fa'ilun. So the ism file from this family gonna be always on the pattern of fa'ilun, which is a pattern of isam sifa. And what is isam sifa? Again, isam mubalagha, isam sifa, or isam ala, right? These are the basically special entry in this family 1. They are the special members of family 1. And what are they? Inshallah, we are going to learn about them as well. We say ba'uda. What is ba'uda mean?
Machar.
No. Not
Ba'uda means
dog. Not
Tampa.
dog, da. Ba'uda to mean far,
Far
ba'id,
away.
say,
About
to
far, yeah.
guzar chuka, right?
or put a distance between Allahumma ba'id baina wa bain al-mashriqi, right? So ba'uda mean put a distance, or ba'uda means something is far, right? And from that we have ba'idun, fa'ilun. Actually, it should be ba'idun, right? Fa'ilun. But it is not taking that pattern. And this is only with the bab karuma. So basically, and when we say isam the isam sifa, that is basically the quality is inbuilt in that thing. So when we say Rahimun is the same pattern, right? So Rahim means that this quality of Rahma is inbuilt in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and that is permanent quality of it. We say Qaruba, right? Qaruba, Yakrubu, right? And then Kurban, I'm thinking it should be Kurban. And then Fahuwa Qareebun, right?
Yeah.
Qareebun. So now, if you guys remember that ayah, Idha sa'alaka ibadi anni fa inni qareeb. Subhanallah. Right? So this is pattern of fa'ilun, which is saying that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala saying, I was always qareeb. Right? I was always qareeb, like, we know that he is closer to our sharaf. Right? So this is the fa'ilun pattern, suggesting that that is a permanent quality, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is always qareeb. Right? So this is beautiful, Bab, subhanallah. And we are going to get isam sifa, not isam fa'il out of this family. Okay, then we have the passive version, ukrum. Sorry, there is no passive version for that, because the afal are going to be lazim from that family. Okay, so if it is lazim, then it means that there is not going to be any majhul. So then we have ukrum, which is amar over here. So ukrum, la takrum, and then makramun, makrimun, makramatun. Mikramun, mikramatun, and mikramun. We say Makkah, Mukarrima. No, that is different pattern. It has Shadda. Make sense to everyone?
What can be an example of a mikarama?
The tool that with you are honoring someone, right?
Oh, okay.
You are giving some certificate to someone to honor that
okay.
person, right?
Okay.
Right? So that certificate could be mikramun, or you are awarding, you are putting some like you know, what is that called? You know that
Trophy,
yeah, trophy even, or you
gold
give
medal.
some gold medal. Yes, this is the word I'm looking
Oh,
for.
okay.
Right? Yeah,
Hopefully
so
get-
you are giving gold medal to someone, so that would be mikramun. We want our gold medal from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, inshallah.
Ameen, ameen.
Yeah.
So this verb is done to somebody else, not to yourself, right? That's why it's a lazim, right?
Yeah, this is lazim basically. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, makes sense?
Thank you.
Easy?
Yes, makes sense. Thank you so much.
Okay, so then we have this conjugation over here. And now let's see how we are going to recognize these verbs. So Nasara, Dwaraba, Fataha, as I told you guys, right? All these are maftuhu line, right? So then we have Samia, Hasiba. They are basically overlapping with each other, right? So how we are going to recognize? And that is, we need to be strong enough, right? So whatever words we are conjugating, now we need to try to remember that word to Bob they are belonging, right? And if something still new, then we can go to dictionary to find out what Bob it is. Then we see that Daraba Yadribu and Hasiba Yahsibu, they are going to overlap. Fataha Yaftahu and Samia Yasmau. When it comes to Mudaria, they are going to overlap. Nasara Yansuru and Karama Yakrumu, they are going to overlap. So the question arises, how does one differentiate between these clans? The answer to that is that the only definite way to differentiate between clan is to look the word up in the dictionary. Okay, so that's all. If it is possible, however, to make educated guesses and using the following tips. In the toss between Hasiba and Samia, if we are confused on these two, right? So both are Maksurul Ain kalima, Maksurul Ain. So if we are confused on that, then we need to go for Samia family because it is mostly used one. Frequently, so this is Hasiba, which is rare. Okay, so Hasiba one is used rare, so that's why we can guess for Samia family. Then in toss between Yahsibu and Yadribu, the Daraba family will always win because most words are going to be from Daraba family. Then Yansuru and Yakrumu. Who gonna be the winner?
Nasara.
Nasara family. Because Karuma is very less used. Okay, so now characteristics of Salasi Mujarrad. So Bab Samia Yasmau, this is beautiful. So you can, whenever there is temporary feelings, then you will see Bab is used, Bab Samia Yasmau. The example is Fariha. What is Fariha mean?
Happy?
Happy. Is that a permanent quality of someone?
No.
No.
No, right?
I wish.
You're gonna buy a toy for the kid, right? You're gonna give, he's so happy and excited, right? And after 1 hour, right, he is upset on something else, right? And this is the case with the adults as well. So we are happy, but this is not the our hal for forever. So fariha, the temporary feelings. Hazina, is our gham and dukh are forever?
Sad.
No.
No, right? Yeah. So you will see that Samia Yasmau, you will see that this is basically used for the temporary feelings. Afal will be mostly lazim. Mostly. Okay. So mostly you're gonna find lazim afal from this Samia Yasmau family. Then for karuma yakrumu, permanent quality. So someone is beautiful, hasuna, someone is beautiful, so it's gonna remain beautiful. It's not like next morning he's gonna wake up ugly.
Haseen.
Hasuna, hasuna.
It makes so
Right?
much sense, sister.
Hasina,
Because
yeah. Huh?
I just noticed something. It makes so much sense that karuma is so less because it's permanent,
Subhanallah.
and the temporary feelings are so much.
And
Like we find them everywhere.
most of the names of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala you're gonna find on that pattern. Subhanallah, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala qualities are permanent.
Mhm.
Right? Subhanallah. Kareemun, Fa'ilun,
Rahimun.
Rahimun, Subhanallah. Right? So this is beautiful. Okay,
Amazing.
then someone is brave, right? So its bravery is not for one day. It will remain for that person. Okay, then afal are lazim. Right? Over here we are saying mostly, but over here is, I think, 100. Right? So they are lazim. Then we have ba, fataha and yaftahu. So ain kalma and lam kalima, right, are going to be hurufe halkiya, as I said before, right? From that family. So when we see that ain kalma and lam kalima are harufe halkiya, then our mind should go that they can be from fataha yaftahu family basically. Then hasiba yahsibu, only few of our it is saying that from that bab we're gonna get. So very less usage in Quran Pak for hasiba yahsibu. And hasiba yahsabu itself for this verb we see hasiba yahsabu, which belongs to Samia Yasmau. Okay, then we have just to practice over here. So sajada is bab nasara. So that means sajada, yes,
Yes,
do.
Judu.
Do.
Yes, Judu.
Yes. Can someone conjugate that?
May I?
Mm-hmm.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Sajada yasjudu sajdan fahuwa sajidun sujida. Pardon me?
Sajdatan or
It would be sajdan like Nasran.
I told you guys they are not taking a set pattern.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, so there is no set pattern for that. It's not like if it is Nasran, so you're always gonna be on the Nasran pattern. This is not the
So-
case.
Okay, it would
So-
be
Sajdatan.
sajdatan. Okay. Nasara, sajada, yasjudu,
Sajdatan.
sajdatan fahuwa sajidun, right? Sujida yusjadu sajdatan fahuwa it would be
Masjudun, yes.
masjudun, right? Okay. Al amru minhu usjud wan nahyu anhu la tasjud وَالظَّرْفُ مِنْهُ مَسْجَدٌ, مَسْجَدَةٌ, مَسْجِدٌ. And for Ism Ala, it would be Misjadun, Misjadatun, and Misjadun.
Very good, mashallah. Barakallah feeki. So what would be Miss Jadun?
Misjadun would be Ala, like your mat, the prayer mat,
Sometimes, yeah.
prayer
That
mat,
too,
or your cap, or your the
that
prayer
too,
dupatta that you take.
that too to do sajda.
Okay, your forehead.
Yeah, the tool to do sajda. Now you guys need to think about it. I don't know how
It
to
could
explain.
be a prayer mat, right?
It could
Yeah,
be prayer mat.
Janamaz, yeah.
Yeah, the prayer mat you are doing sajda on it.
Or ground, could be ground because it can be anywhere, right? The sajda
That
on the ground.
basically this is tool to do sajda, right? Tool to do sajda. So basically we say that okay, we need to do sajda on 7 bones, right? So
Mhm.
basically they are the tool for us to do sajda, right? I'm thinking that way, but I don't
On
know.
namaz could be too, right? Ustad?
Not sure. Tool, you know, that something we are
Like a
using to
physical
do
tool.
sajda, right?
Using to help, yeah.
Okay,
Because the
got it.
mat's gonna
Yeah,
be
that
more
is
about
helping
zarf.
us. That is basically helping us to do sajda, right?
Okay, yeah.
That would be the tool. Yeah.
Tool means something physical things, right?
So it could be all the 7
No,
bones.
not physical, but something that is helping you to do that action, basically,
Mhm.
right?
Yes.
So
So,
it can be abstract. Anything that
uh,
abstract too.
if you give me example, then we can think about it, right? So, I don't know. Okay, then, so I'm gonna leave that for you guys. You're gonna try that in your own time. But how we, in the dictionary, you're gonna find like that, okay? Sometimes you are given this, what I should say, this letter, right? So noon, you know that this belongs to Bab Nasara. If you see Dod, then you know this is Bab Daraba, Samia, right? Fataha, Karuma. And sometimes you are going to give haraka,
Okay.
right? So shafa'a, now this haraka is telling you guys what?
It could be nasara, could be fataha, could
No,
be
no,
darab.
no, no. Shafa'a, yes, it is shafa'a, right? But when we are turning that into mudariya, basically this is,
Okay, so it's
Okay.
maftuhul ayn.
yeah, so that means,
Yashfa'u.
Okay.
Yashfa'u.
Yashfa'u.
yeah, so this is
Mudari.
ba fataha.
Okay.
Oh, because it says, yeah,
Now,
Yashfa'u.
abara would be
Yakburu.
Yaburu,
yabru,
Yaburu, Yaburu.
which is
Yabaru.
bab,
Yab,
bab
Nasara.
Yeah.
nasara,
Yes.
right? So you're gonna find
Okay.
haraka like that. And this is telling you that the mudariya you are going to give dhamma. So that is madmumu line, mudariya form, right?
Okay.
Taraka yatruku, right? So this is again bab nasara. Now, then we have dahiqa,
That's bab fataha again.
bab fataha, yes. Hamala,
Yeah,
it has answer here.
Yaftahu.
Nasara.
Bab daraba.
Nasari. Daraba
Oh,
yadribu.
Daraba.
Daraba.
Yeah.
Then we have raqada, yarq,
Nasara.
Yasma.
Yarqudu.
Sama.
That's
no,
Yansuru.
no,
Nasara.
Yansuru.
Nasara.
nasara.
Oh,
Nasara.
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 This will come to know via the dictionary only, right?
Yeah. or
Okay.
you should be strong enough.
Mm.
No, the
Most of, yeah,
commonly
commonly
used
used.
in Quran Pak, you should
Yeah.
be memorizing them. Okay, so this is how we can be strong. For example, sajada, you should know that this belongs to Bab Nasara. So sajada yasjudu,
Yes, yes.
shakara yashkuru.
Nasara, Nasara.
So if you remember at least Madi and Mudariya version, so then you know, okay, this is how it belongs to what Bab. Then in third variation, you're gonna find in the dictionary sometimes. So it says Sa'ala. So it is showing that, okay, it has, in Madi it is having a fatha, and then in Mudariya it is always having, also having a fatha.
Okay.
So then
Okay.
it makes it Bab, what?
Nasara yam.
No, sorry, I'm sorry.
No,
No, no, sorry.
Not
Fataha.
Fataha
Fataha.
yaftahu. Fataha
Fataha.
yaftahu.
Fataha yaftahu.
Fataha yaftahu.
Okay, when we have fatha on both in Madi and Mudariya, then this is Bab Fataha.
Yeah.
Okay, what about Fataha in Madi, but in Mudariya Dhamma?
Nasara
Nasara.
yansuru.
Nasara yansuru.
Nasara Yansuru.
Hmm.
Then we have again Rahaka,
Fataha.
Yarhaku,
That's
is Bab
Fataha.
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 Then it has Rakiba, Yarkabu.
Samiya
Nasara
yasma'u.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, Bab
Samiya, no.
Samya Yasma'u.
Samiya.
Then Katama, Yaktumu,
Yastamu.
Nasara yansuru.
Nasara yansuru.
Nasara Yansuru. Right? So this is how you are going to train yourself. So this is how you're gonna find in the dictionary different variations.
So, sister, like there could be more than one families in all these, except like you say Hasiba, Yasibu. Beside that,
Hmm.
but they
Yeah,
will give it in the
some
dictionary,
of all belongs to two clans,
right?
right? So, well, for example, I think Amana, Amana Ya'munu
Mm-hmm.
and Amina. So it belongs to Bab Samia as well. Bab Samia and Bab Nasara.
Oh, but in
Okay.
dictionary they will give both options, or how? I mean,
Yeah, it shows you, right? So
yeah,
I'm sure that this is Bab Nasara and Bab Samia Yasmau.
Nasara and Samiya yasma'u.
Amina
Amina
Yam.
Yaminu.
Yamanu.
Amina Yaminu.
Yamanu would be
Yamin.
then Samia Yasmau.
Yeah. And the
Yamanu.
other one is Amana Yamunu. Yeah. So it has Bab Nasara and Bab Samia. And
Okay,
same
yeah.
is Aliha. We say Ilah, right? Aliha. So Aliha has Bab Samia as well. And then Alaha Ya'lahu, it has Bab Fataha as well.
Samiya and Fatah. Yeah. Oh, Taha yaftahu.
Yeah. So there you are going to find certain words that belongs to more than one clan.
So,
Interesting.
sister, the variation will make a difference on the translation, or is it gonna be
Yeah.
the same translation?
Makes
Oh,
the
okay.
difference in the meaning as well.
Oh,
In
okay.
the
Oh,
translation,
oh, wow.
Subhanallah. Yeah.
That's the only dictionary can solve this
Yeah,
problem.
dictionary is gonna tell us that when it is Bab Samia, then this is the meaning. When it is Bab Fatiha, then this is the meaning. Subhanallah. And if you guys today, I'm gonna give you assignment. Go to Aliha. Okay, Hamza, Lam, and Ha. Find that. And this is from Ilah, and you will be amazed by the meaning of, we say the word Allah. Right? Allah, the word Allah is basically Al plus Ilah. Right? So you will see the beautiful meanings with the different variations. It comes to Bab Samia, it comes to Bab Fataha as well. Okay, then I put some very commonly used in Quranic Pak words, right? So you're gonna memorize them. So where do they belong? And subhanallah, we were talking about Samia, right? So Fariha Yafrahu means to be happy. I wrote a few meanings over there in the last, but I thought these are commonly used, so you should be aware of it. So Fariha Yafrahu, to be happy. And we see that this is basically not the permanent quality. Then Amila Ya'malu, right? Again, we don't do amal permanently. Alima Ya'lamu, Dahika Yadhaku. We don't keep laughing. If we are doing so, people gonna send us to subhanallah, to some
mental
mental
house.
place. Right? So this is not a permanent quality, right? So, but we can say alima ya'lamu. I don't know. Not all of them, not always all of them gonna fit on whatever we are trying to give it a marker. But quite few you will see in Quran Pak that this family is used for like a temporary quality.
So we use the word farah. So it's the same thing, the fariha?
Yeah, Farah,
Okay.
the one who is happy. Okay, then this is Bab Karuma, right? And you will see that all fa'il pattern are coming from that. We say da'if, right? Da'if, the one who is weak.
With
Once you are weak, right? So it becomes like when we are old, right? We're not gonna turn back into youth, right? So that becomes your permanent quality. Okay, I think that is good enough.
Sister, they are all from Quran, these words,
Yeah, mostly I think. Yeah.
mostly.
Yeah. Yeah, look like 100% they are from Quran. Yeah.
Yeah, yes.
I don't see any new here. Okay, since it is going to be our last class, I don't want to start a new topic. So inshallah, we're gonna continue after the Ramadan break, inshallah. So let's finish these two slides as well. So Isam Ala, we were talking about. So it says that basically there is Isam Mushtaq and Isam Jamid. We talked about this term, I think, before. So what is Jamid? Jamid is the one we are not going to find a set pattern, or we can not derive a set pattern, or this thing is not on a set pattern, basically, right? So that is basically Jamid. For example, we have the word qalam. We say qalamun. Qalamun, even though what is qalam? Pen.
Tool to write.
Pen. Yeah, exactly. Tool to write. But is it from any pattern that we are learning as a tool?
No,
right?
because it start with meme and custom.
Exactly. Yeah. So that's why basically they are saying that they are Isam Jamid.
Okay.
Right? And when they are following the pattern, right, then we're gonna call them, they are Isam Mushtaq.
Okay.
And all these Isam Fa'il, Isam Maf'ul, Isam Ala, Zarf, Isam Sifa, we will know, Isam Mubalagha, right? So they have some set pattern, and this is how our Madi Mudariya, right? They have set pattern. So we take 3-letter verb or a 4-letter or whatever. and we drive a certain, like we put them into a certain container or certain pattern, and we drive something from that. So when that process happens, that is basically their kind of ism would be ism mushtaq, because they are following certain pattern. We are able to conjugate them in a certain way, right? So they are ism mushtaq. The rest, there are going to be some words that they are not going to be certain pattern, right? The example I gave you, the kalamun, right? So this way, then we're gonna call them that they are ism jamid.
Okay.
So that is the difference between mushtaq and jamid. Now we are looking at the pattern of ism ala. So mif'alun, mif'alatun, and mif'alun. So we if we put on the letter nashara, noon, sheen, and ra, nashara, yanshuru. So this is bab nasara, and that means peeler, cutter or peeler, right? So min sharun, min sharatun, and min sharun. So that is cutter. And we see that this min sharun is on the pattern of, if I say, what is the wazan of min sharun?
Mif'alun.
Yes, mif'alun. And mif'alun could be ism mubalgha as well. So we didn't learn the patterns of ism mubalgha yet. What is ism mubalgha again?
Hyperbole,
Yes, what is hyperbole?
like akbaru.
Superlative.
No,
Superlative,
that is ism tabdil.
exaggeration.
Okay.
Exaggeration? No.
Yeah, but these are
Comparative
all
then.
translation you are giving me. So if I ask you, what is this a mubalgha? How we understand that? What is mubalgha? So mubalgha has basically intensity in it,
Okay.
right? Something, some action has some intensity in it, right? And then it has kasra. Intensity is shiddat, right?
Yeah.
Shiddat means a lot, right?
कसरत से करना.
And then kasra is mean
In
something
abundance.
in abundance, right?
Abundance.
Yeah. So shiddat and kasra basically is mubalgha. So the action is happening over and over and over, and it has abundance.
So when we were
Hmm?
doing family 2, we just discussed the word qattala as hyperbole, right?
Exactly, yes. So that is a good example, right? It has shiddat, meaning it's not one or two killing in a day, right? It is happening in hundreds and thousands, right? So it has more,
Massacre.
like it has intensity and it has kasra in it.
टीचर गफ्फारून बार बार माफ करने वाला.
Exactly.
हयातुन दर्जी जो मुस्तकिल कसरत.
Yeah, exactly. Right. So these are all siga of so mubalgha, and there are
Mubalgha.
many sigas of mubalgha. There is not only one, right? So there are many sigas of mubalgha. Like for tool, we have only 3 of them, but for isam mubalgha, we're gonna find 10, 12. Right. So they are all basically showing intensity. So now mif'alun can be isam ala, and mif'alun could be the mubalgha pattern. But obviously the context gonna help us out, okay? That this is basically talking about a tool and this is talking about mubalgha. Now, for example, now min sharun, we are saying that this is basically a cutter, right? The thing that cuts something, like we cut, what is that? The saw, big saw, we are cutting a tree, right? So that is min sharun. But minsharun as a is a mubalagha because nashara. Anyone knows Urdu speaker? What could be the other meaning of nashara?
Nashr karna. Nashr karna.
Yeah, exactly.
Broadcast.
Broadcast, yes.
Nashr karna.
Right. And we know that if I say minsharun, right, broadcasting, and we know broadcasting happen 24/7 basically.
Yes.
Yes.
So it has shiddat, it's going on and on, right, and it has kasra. So then the example is that this minsharun could be isam mubalagha and minsharun could be isam ala. But obviously the context can help us out that when it is being used as a ala or as a mubalagha. Make sense?
Yes, Alhamdulillah.
So these are some example. Mibradun, mibradatun, mibradun. This is also a filer. You know, we use even a filer to file our nails, right? So this is basically mibradun. Then we have miskhanun, miskhanatun, and miskhanun, water heater. So sakhana mean to make water hot. And then what does that says here? Yeah. So when it is muf'alun or munkhalun, do we have this pattern for isamala?
No.
No, we don't have. Munkhalun mean the strainer, right? We strain something. So that strainer would be munkhulun, which is not following this pattern. So we're gonna call it isam jamid, right? So it is not isam mushtaq. Then muf'ulatun or mukhulatun. So mukhula is like, you know, that in Urdu speaker know surmadani, right? And for the other people, you know that the coal, and this coal is basically in a small pot, and we use that, what is that called, straw or something, to put that coal into our eyes. So that thing is basically mukhulatun. I don't know, in other culture they have something like that. So now it can be that pattern, but we still can see that this is something, basically a tool to put coal in your eyes, right? Then fa'alatun, which could be naqaratun. We know Urdu speaker nakara, right? What is nakara?
Dhol.
That drum.
Drum.
Right? Yeah. Even darrajatun is bicycle, right? So bicycle is basically a tool to take you somewhere, right? Khallatatun, mixer basically. In Quran Pak we say, see the word khalata, right? It is using, I think when it is raining, and this water is basically mixing with the soil and bringing all different kinds of, even the same water, right? But all different kinds of fruit and vegetation is coming out. Even their colors are different. Water is same, subhanallah, right? Same water they are getting, but everything is producing different thing. So khallatatun is a mixer. Samma'atun, telephone receiver. किसी काम को करने वाले आले के तौर पे बाज खास अल्फाज भी इस्तेमाल होते हैं. For example, we say kuflun. Kuflun is lock, yeah.
Lock.
lock, right? So this is something to lock something, right? So that could be some ala, but it is not following the pattern. Then we say Saifun. What is Saifun?
The jewelry.
Sword.
The
Sword.
jewelry.
Sword.
Yeah,
Sword. Oh,
Saifullah.
okay.
Yeah. Whose
Sarf.
title was Saifullah? Whose title was Saifullah? Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam has given this title to someone.
Hazrat Ali.
Yes.
No.
No, not Ali. My God.
Khalid bin Walid.
Khalid, yes.
Khalid bin Walid.
Khalid bin Walid, yeah.
Yeah.
Sword.
Saifullah.
Yeah. So he said Saifullah. Right? So Saif, sword, is a tool to save you. Right? So that is also not following this pattern. Then we have qalamun. Then we have sikinun. Sikin is a knife. Right? So, but it is not following the pattern.
So basically, Ustada, these are all Jamid.
Yeah,
whatever
exactly.
We are discussing in this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Isme Jamid.
Yeah. And then how we are going to conjugate that? So let's say we have mif'alun pattern, right? And let's say what word we can take? Minsharun, right? So minsharun, right? How gonna it go? Rafa nasab and jar? Minsharun, minsharin, right? And then how we gonna go for tasniya?
Minsharani.
Sharin.
Minsharani, minsharaini.
Sharani min sharaini.
Yes. Can we make it plural? It's not. It's plural gonna be. Doesn't matter what pattern it is following. All their plural would be on mif'alun pattern.
Oh, okay. So minsha,
Min
Minsharani,
minsha,
minsharun, minsharani, sorry.
minsharuna, right?
No, okay.
Sharani.
Minsharun is the singular, and then its plural gonna be on mafa'il pattern. Sorry.
Okay.
That is the plural pattern, not mif'alun. Mafa'ilu. Manashiru. Yeah, manashiru.
Yeah, manashiro. Okay.
Like we have misbahun, right? That is the example easily we can, because we know this word. So misbahun is on
Masabihun.
pattern.
Masabihun.
And then masabihu, right? So always doesn't matter what pattern we are using for ala, their plural gonna be on the pattern of mafa'il.
Okay.
So basically this is tasniya. This is mif'alani for mif'alun. Then for mif'alatun it's gonna be mif'alatani, right?
Yeah.
And then mif'alani if we are using this pattern. So this is our rule. For plural, mafa'ilu pattern, and for mif'alun, mafa'ilu pattern.
Okay.
So, Sada, is there a gender in it?
For ala, no.
No gender. Okay.
Okay, but I heard one explanation, and they were saying that that this ta marbuta one could be for the feminine version. So again, Allahu alam. Not sure, but we can expect that. Okay, then this one already I explained, right? So alhamdulillah. And then these are some more example of ism ala. And then these are some other sigas we are going to find. These are special member of family 1. Ismu Tafdil, Ism Sifa, and then Ism Sifa have a different pattern. Then we have Ism Mubalagha. Then how many patterns? 5 patterns are mentioned over here, but still there are more. Okay, so be ready for that, inshallah. And we're gonna do them after the Ramadan. So with that, we can end our session. Barakallahu li wa lakum fil Quranil Hakim wa nafani wa iyyakum bi ayati wa zikril hakim. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta wa nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk. Subhana rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifuna wa salamun alal mursalin walhamdulillahi rabbil alamin.